Hi, I've got good news for you if you're a film lover again. Tomorrow is Wednesday, December 16th. I'm David Bianculli from TV Worth Watching, and we're doing Best TV tomorrow. None of that is the good news. That's just the factual information. The rest of the factual information is the good news. Tomorrow on TCM is another insane salute to Alfred Hitchcock, just in terms of how generous it is. And in prime time, you have two of his movies that deal with his iciest and weirdest women. You have Vertigo and you have Marnie. And so there's other things besides that, but just go there and you'll understand a lot of what Alfred Hitchcock was all about.
You gave a very revealing interview to the New York Times, sort of about your relationship with Hitchcock and how it wasn't what it might have seemed from the outside. Is calling it an abusive relationship going too far?
I suppose it would be an abusive relationship. So many women have come up to me since The Girl came out and said, thank you for doing this, to make people aware of the fact that you do not have to acquiesce to anyone's desires from your subordinates or anybody else if you're not interested in it. It's so sad that this relationship had to go that way, because I loved working with him. He was not only my director, he was my drama coach. The Birds was the first film I did.
Would you call him sort of a brilliant director, a drama coach, and on the other hand, how would you describe the darker side?
Evil. You know, because I think when you have an obsession over someone, it is a terrible thing to be the object of that obsession. And so
he had you in a contract, right? A 7-year contract, is that right? And he wouldn't release you from the contract to do other movies?
No, he wouldn't. I went into Hitch's office on the set to ask him for 2 days off so that I could go to New York to accept an award on The Tonight Show. And he thought that was outrageous, and he then made this demand on me that you know what, I want to get out of this contract. When we are finished with Marnie, I am finished. I am out. And he said, well, you can't. You have your little girl to support, your parents are getting older. And I said, none of them would want me to be in a situation where I'm not happy.
What did he say to you?
He said, I'll ruin your career.
Wow.
I said, do what you have to do, and out the door I went.
And did he ruin your career?
Yes, he did. He kept me under contract, paid me my $600 a week.
Was there a brighter side of the relationship?
Yes.
What did doing those films, lead to in a positive way?
Well, first of all, the Girl, it was an hour and a half, and you can't get the whole picture in an hour and a half. But, there were wonderful times on the set that were, where people that he knew would come to visit, big personalities and interesting people. And there would be the parties and the events and all of that. So, and he was wonderful at telling stories, and there was a lot that was very good.
So, because it was clearly a complex relationship, you told the Times that you went to his funeral despite all of the negativity between the two of you.
Well, you see, I've been able to separate the two. The man who was the artist, I mean, what he gave to the motion picture industry, well, it can never be taken away from him. And I certainly wouldn't be one to try. But on the other side, there is that dark side that was really awful.
But in an age of speaking up about abuse and assault and sexual relations, inappropriate sexual relations, what you're doing now is extraordinarily important.
Oh, yes. Well, it is important.